Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm excited to share my content with you, and I hope you enjoy watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay updated on my latest videos. Let's get started. In this video we are going to see about 12 bad habits that damage your brain. Most of the time, when we think about our health, we do so through our minds. We tend to focus on other parts of the body and forget that the brain is in charge of everything the body does. Some of the things you do every day are making your mind go crazy. This article will talk about 12 habits that hurt your brain. 1. Eating too much sugar. So, you might be wondering, what happens to your brain if you eat too much candy? When you eat too much sugar for a long time, it makes it hard for your body to absorb proteins and nutrients. This could lead to not getting enough food, which slows brain growth. This happens when the body doesn't have enough nutrients in the bloodstream and can't get enough nutrients to the brain. This stops the brain from growing and developing. Too many sweets can hurt your memory and ability to think, so it would be better for your brain and your waistline to stick to sweets that are high in antioxidants, like dark chocolate and raspberries. 2. Not getting enough sleep. Sleep deprivation can also kill brain cells, which slows down your thinking, hurts your memory, concentration, judgment, and ability to make decisions, and makes it hard for you to learn. This leads to problems like being very sleepy during the day, feeling sad, and having trouble remembering things. Studies from the last few years show that not getting enough sleep can actually make your brain smaller. The part of the brain that suffers when you don't get enough sleep is the hippocampus. Even one bad night of sleep can make it hard for the brain to remember what it has learned. Several studies have shown that the only time the brain gets rid of toxins is during sleep. 3. Listening to loud music with headphones or earbuds. It makes the music sound more interesting and fun. If you always listen to music with your earphones or headphones at a very loud volume, it can hurt your hearing. Hearing loss in older people is linked to problems with the brain, like Alzheimer's and the loss of brain tissue. When your brain has to work harder to figure out what someone is saying, it can't remember what it has heard. So, to protect your hearing, turn down the volume on your earphones. This is a great way to keep your hearing in good shape and helps your brain work better. The Digital Headphone magazine says that people should take off their headphones and hold them out in front of them at arm's length. If they can hear the music clearly, they should turn the volume down and do the process again. They also said that you should try to take breaks throughout the day to give your ears time to rest. 4. Skipping breakfast. People don't often know that skipping breakfast can hurt your brain. After a good night's sleep, the body needs enough nutrients, which the brain can't get if you don't eat breakfast. A 15-year study in Japan that looked at more than 80,000 people showed that people who often skipped breakfast were more likely to have a stroke or high blood pressure. Another study found that kids who regularly eat breakfast do much better in school than those who don't. Skipping breakfast lowers the amount of glucose in the blood, which hurts the way the brain works. So, remember to eat something before you leave your house in the morning. 5. Eating too much. But you might not know that it can also seriously hurt your brain. It makes the arteries in the brain stiff, which hurts our mental abilities. Studies have shown that eating a high-calorie diet for a long time can make a person more likely to have memory loss or mild cognitive impairment, MCI, in their later years. In 2012, a study in the journal Neurology looked at the brains of 6,000 people who were, on average, 50 years old. 10 years later, the same people were looked at again, and the cognitive functions of those who were overweight had gotten 22% worse than those who were thinner. 6. Sleeping with your head under the covers. The less air you take in, the less well your brain works. When you sleep with a blanket or comforter over your head, you take in less than 20.95% of the oxygen you need. When you get under the covers, do you feel all warm and cozy? Certainly. Does it help to lessen the annoying effects of too much lighter sound first thing in the morning? Of course, it does. But it will cause you to take in more carbon dioxide, which increases the chance that you will hurt your brain cells. 7. Multitasking. It turns out that doing this also messes up your brain and makes you less effective. Earl Miller, a neurologist at MIT and one of the world's experts on divided attention, said that our brains are not set up to do more than one thing at a time well. People who think they can do more than one thing at once are really just switching from one thing to another very quickly. And every time they do, it costs them mentally. The stress hormone cortisol and the fight or flight hormone adrenaline go up when you multitask, which can overstimulate your brain and make it hard to think straight or give you brain fog. Researchers at Stanford University have found that people who are constantly exposed to multiple streams of digital information have a harder time remembering things and paying attention than people who do one thing at a time. 8. Not drinking enough water. Your brain has enough water, you will be able to think faster, pay more attention, and be more clear-headed and creative. Water is also important for getting nutrients to the brain and getting rid of harmful substances. When the brain is well hydrated, it can exchange nutrients and waste products more efficiently. This makes it easier to focus and keep your mind sharp. Researchers say that even 2 hours of intense exercise without water causes a decline in brain function. Studies have also shown that dehydration has the biggest effect on things like attention, coordination, and solving hard problems. To think faster and pay more attention, the brain needs enough water. So, it's very important to always drink enough water. Water is good for both your body and your brain, making them work better. 9. Smoking. Smoking not only makes you sick with lung diseases or even heart disease, but it also hurts your brain in a lot of ways. When you smoke, you hurt the cell membranes and nerve cells in parts of the brain that control balance, coordination, and both fine and gross motor skills. On top of that, it thins the cortex, which is where things like language, memory, and perception happen. It can also cause problems like Alzheimer's and dementia, and it could even kill you. Neuroinflammation is indirectly caused by smoking too much, which can lead to an autoimmune disease called multiple sclerosis, or MS. 10. Drinking alcohol. For a healthy person, the liver filters the alcohol quickly, which helps the body get rid of it. But when someone drinks too much, the liver can't get rid of the alcohol fast enough. This causes changes in the brain right away, which is often called getting drunk. If you drink a lot of alcohol for a long time or in large amounts, it can throw your body's chemicals out of balance. When people drink alcohol often, their brain size also shrinks. Men and women get brain damage in slightly different ways, but the loss of brain matter increases with age and the amount of alcohol they drink, no matter what gender they are. Men who drink more than 2 units a day and women who drink more than 1 unit a day are drinking too much. 11. Working when you are sick. If you ever need an excuse to skip work, here it is. When we work too much, we often get sick. If you keep working when you're sick, it will affect how well your brain works, which will only add to your stress. A certain study showed that people who had a cold were less alert, had more negative feelings, and thought more slowly. The second round of tests also showed that they moved slowly, learned new information slowly, and took longer to finish tasks that involved verbal reasoning and semantic processing. When we're sick, our bodies and brains work hard to fight off the infection. Working while sick only makes things worse, so take a break, relax, and get better. 12. Not working out. Exercise has an immediate effect on the brain. It makes your heart beat faster, which sends more oxygen to your brain. It also helps the body release a number of hormones that all help brain cells grow and make the right conditions for that to happen. People also know that exercise lowers the amount of stress in the body and makes you more mobile and flexible. If you don't move around and use your muscles enough, your mobility and motor skills start to get worse in some way. Studies have also shown that exercise keeps us young by releasing endorphins, which are hormones that make us feel good. In general, exercise makes your heart and lungs stronger, not just your brain. If you care about the health of your brain and how well you think now or in the future, you should learn how to take care of it. It's always best to live a healthy life, and keeping your brain healthy should be your top priority. Neuroplasticity in the brain makes sure that you don't stay the same over time. You will either make new mental pathways and improvements or your brain will get smaller if you don't try to learn new things and think. So, it is very important to always keep your brain healthy, happy, and strong. A few changes to the way you live could do a lot to improve your memory, your ability to learn, your mental toughness, and the health of your brain as a whole. That's all for today's video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like and leave a comment below. Also, make sure to hit the subscribe button to stay updated on my latest videos. Until next time, take care.